Okay, let's get started. We're gonna work on Fixer Upper today. And we're gonna break it down piece by piece, starting at the beginning, a very good place to start, with the solos. So this video will just deal with the solos that go from measure 1 to measure 11, okay? So these solos, what I want you to think about is you can practice them really easily just by listening to the words, songs with words in the Dropbox, right? But something I want to point out. Patty, you're starting us off, and you got this line, is it the grumpy way he talks? And what I want you to think about is the consonants in there, and that word grumpy. If you can even color that word by making it sound grumpy with just the stressing of those consonants. So, is it the grumpy way he talks? And then Bulda, you come in and you use the word clumpy, and that's another good word with a nice strong consonant at the beginning, and I want you to really emphasize that. And is the clumpy way he walks, or the clumpy way he walks, all right? Now, the next person, and I don't know, this is a Hidden Folk solo, and this person sings over the square shape, weirdness of his feet. Let me play that again. Or the weirdness of his feet. Notice the alliteration that's in there. No, not this one. This one has more cool consonants. Pear-shaped, square-shaped. Really get that squa in there. And then a big weirdness. So it's the pear-shaped squareness. It's hard to say. Or the pear-shaped, square-shaped weirdness of his feet. All right? So you're really emphasizing those consonants. They'll make it really pop. And here, the next person who has, and though we know he washes well, he always ends up sort of smelly. Notice the alliteration in there. Washes well. So you really want to emphasize those W's, and ends up sort of smelly. All right? If you emphasize those, that'll make it pop. And then this last person, but you'll never meet a fella who's as sensitive and sweet. Again, alliteration. So again, it's hitting those consonants. You'll never meet a fella. So emphasize the first one, ne and fe. So never meet a fella who's as sensitive and sweet. It's really the 1 and the 3 coming down on that. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4. Never meet a fella who is as sensitive and sweet. And they're not quite on the beat, but you get what I'm saying. It's the first and middle consonants in that line will really make that line pop. So if you guys can take some time and work on those things for the next 5 minutes or so, I think you'll have it down. Okay, still on Fixer Upper. Now we're on measure 12, going to 19. This is when all y'all come in. But I'm going to start with a couple of our soloists again. We'll get them out of the way, and then we'll come back to the rest of you. So on measure 13, one of our soloists says, like his peculiar reindeer. Notice that I keep telling you to emphasize those consonants. Peculiar, you want to emphasize the C. Peculiar reindeer. And notice the rhyme scheme. Peculiar reindeer, his thing with the reindeer. Kind of clever, right? So Olaf comes in, thing with the reindeer. And so it's going to sound like, so he's got a few flaws, like his peculiar reindeer, his thing with the reindeer, right? So that's the rhythm of it. And then our last soloist in this section, that's a little outside of nature's laws. And that one's kind of tricky because of the quick 16th notes. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, that's a little outside of nature's laws. So of nature is very fast. Of nature's laws. Okay. So the rest of you, we have a little bit of problem here when we've been rehearsing it, and that is there are 2 lines that you sing that are very similar, but they're not exactly the same. And you gotta get them right. Otherwise it's gonna sound really weird. All right, the first one goes like this. So he's a bit of a fixer-upper. Right? Notice it's, so he's a bit of a fixer-upper. On fix, we go down a whole step. All right? The other line that's very similar, same words, but we don't go down on fix. We're going to stay the same. So he's a bit of a fixer-upper. Okay? Do you hear the difference? So, this is what I want you to practice. I'm going to make another recording of this. And you're going to listen to this and you're going to sing this. So he's a bit of a fixer-upper. And then I'm going to play this. So he's a bit of a fixer-upper. And you're going to sing them back and forth so you get the idea. This is the first one and this is the second one. And they're a little bit different. And when you sing them together, like when some of you are singing the first one twice, it sounds like, let's see if I can do this. So he's a bit of a fixer-upper. And then we go, so he's a bit of, oh no, it's going to be, so he's a bit of a fixer-upper. That's not cool. We don't want that, right? So make sure you get them different. I'll make you a little tutorial video for that. Okay, here's your practice video for the fixer-upper things, okay? First one. So he's a bit of a fixer-upper, so he's got a few flaws. Second one. So he's a bit of a fixer-upper, but this one's certain of. Okay? Work on that. Okay, we're at the last part of this section where you guys saying you can fix this fixer-upper up with a little bit of love. Now, the thing that I want you to be aware of is that the pickup into you can fix this fixer-upper is a couple of 16th notes. So they're not 8th notes. What I mean is it does not sound like this. But this we're certain of you can fix. That's wrong. Forget I even did that. Okay? It goes like this. This we're certain of you can fix. Okay? Notice how fast that is? So you. Okay? So the thing that'll help you to remember is if you take a breath. This we're certain of we can fix. All right? Sorry, you can fix. This fixer-upper. Okay? So the whole phrase would sound like, so he's a bit of a fixer-upper, but this we're certain of. You can fix this fixer-upper up with a little bit of love. Okay? Next video, we're going to review that whole section from the beginning to measure 19. See you then. Okay, here we are. We're going to review fixer-upper 1 to 19. Things I want you to remember, those consonants at the beginning. I want you to remember that there is those two sections that are almost the same, but one slightly different. Don't get them wrong. And then making sure we get that 16th note pickup going into measure 18. You can fix. All right, here we go. Let's listen to it. Sing along.
Anna!
That was wrong. Here we go.
Is it the grumpy way he talks?
You can do better than him, right?
Or the clumpy way he walks.
We need your help.
Or the pear-shaped, square-shaped weirdness of his feet. Wait,
We're gonna
what?
get those.
And though we know he washes well, he always ends up sort of smelly.
Come
But
on.
you'll never meet a fellow who's as sensitive as
We
me.
have a problem.
He's a bit of a fixer-upper, so he's got a few flaws. So your reindeer, escape with the reindeer, that's a little outside of nature's laws. So he's a bit of a fixer-upper, but this we're certain of. You can fix this fixer-upper up with a little bit of love.
Listen!
We aren't saying you can change him, because people don't.
Okay, practice that. Go back, do that section 3 times at least until you know you have it, that you haven't made any mistakes in those things that I pointed out, especially that 2 sections that are almost the same. All right? We'll see you starting in Measure 20. Okay? Next time.